Well, thanks so much. And we're joined now by Ron Hall, is the producer and co-writer, same kind of different as me. And you actually co-wrote the movie, but also the book as well. And I wanted to talk to you about that. What was it like to sort of have the book moved into a movie?
Well, it was, first of all, it was Denver's idea to write the book. When he moved in with me after Miss Debbie went to heaven, he told me, he said, Mr. Ron, ain't nobody ever going to believe our story. We got to write us a book. And I said, what's this we? You don't read and you don't write, so who's going to write this book? And he said, oh, I'm going to tell you my part, and you write it down. You know your part, so you write that down. So for the next 3.5 years, we sat at the breakfast table and we wrote us a book. But we never dreamed it would become a film. We wrote the book really to honor Debbie, to raise money and build this new homeless mission in her honor. And so that was the whole idea behind writing the book. But someone read the book that was a Hollywood producer and said, hey, this would make a great film. And so thus began the great adventure, and that was 10 years ago. So the other night, to be walking the red carpet and seeing the culmination of 10 years of work and what became, I guess, a dream. I wasn't sure I'd ever live long enough to see that, but it's a beautiful film. I love the film. I love this story. So,
And talk about Debbie. Does it still amaze you at what she was able to accomplish and still accomplishes today with her vision?
Well, Denver, I was very angry at God for taking her at 54 years old, just a young, beautiful mother who wanted to see her children get married and graduate from college and all the things that mothers want to see and get to know grandchildren. And I was very angry at God for allowing. I don't know how it all worked, but Denver, my friend, convinced me that God had a bigger purpose for her, and that he was going to use her life in a way that no one could ever imagine, because of the love that she had shown, the Christ-like love that she showed to people on the streets. She went there and was the hands and feet of Christ on the streets of Fort Worth, Texas.
And talk about your transformation in the movie as well, played by Greg Kinnear. What was it like for you to see yourself on screen?
Well, I don't like myself, Kevin. I don't like the way that I started off in this film. I was not a good person, was a bad husband. But I like the transformation and the redemption that we see through this film. And so it even inspires me, as I see the film now, to know how God can change people, and how he got a hold of me, and how he used what I would have considered the most dangerous, craziest man in the whole country to be the one who saved me and gave me hope. And I'd say some people say we were thrown together to save each other, but I believe he did a lot more changing in me than I did in him, because he stayed very true to who he was. I could not have lived with myself the person that I was.
And you mentioned you kept that relationship alive after Debbie passed.
Well, after Debbie passed, yes, he moved in with me and lived with me for the next 12 years until he went to heaven.
And talk about your work with him. You went around speaking, raising money for the homeless?
Well, yes, we decided that Miss Debbie gave us a job to do, because her final words to me were, do not give up on Denver. God is going to bless your friendship in a way you can never imagine. And so we decided to do something with that, and we decided that we would just begin traveling and speaking about homelessness, and speaking about redemption and forgiveness and all of these kind of things, and love and friendship, and how God put me and Denver together to maybe have a message of hope, that to let people know that it's not the color of our skin that divides us, it's the condition of our hearts. And so as we began traveling together, we became colorblind to each other. We were just best friends and lived together for 12 years. And we were able to do hundreds and hundreds of events, maybe 500, 600, 700, 800. There's so many, I've lost count. But we've helped raise probably close to $100 million for the homeless all across America. And it was our story has been used. I'm thank God that He gave me the ability to tell the story. And so, because really I'm the storyteller telling about two great people of my late wife Debbie in Denver.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ron, for speaking with us. Same Kind of Different as Me is the name of the movie and the book as well. Thank you so much.